In this video, we're checking out episode 6 of the Hapax Bootcamp series. We're going to be showing functions on how to automate. After we explain how automation works, I'll be exploring changing patterns using the project transpose function. I've made my own template for my Korg EMX to the left of the camera. Tracks 1 through 5 are synths 1 through 5. Track 6, I set up to all the drum hits on the grid. Now if I hold down Project A, we can see Project Transpose. Let's turn it to track 16, Transpose. Also, we can see project scale is set to on, and right now it's just C major. So we're going to go to track 1, which is synth 1. So I'm in step view. Now we can see we're in the pattern here. Press second and fill. Now we can assign CCs to the knobs. For example, let's change this one. We're going to push in the knob, and we can see a menu. And that's setting the destination. So you have all these different destinations, but I'm going to go with CC, which is a MIDI control channel. Now in the EMX1 manual, it has a list of the parameters and then the CC number. So I just choose what CC number, and I already looked it up here. So I push in on the knob. We're going to go to 74. Now click in again. Now that knob is set to 74. Which is the cutoff. Let's put in a couple notes here. Press play. Now I can turn this. We can hear the change. So there's our cutoff. Now I spent a little bit of time on my own and I wrote down what each knob I want to assign. So all I'm going to do is just go to the next knob here. Go to CC. I set this one to 71, and that's resonance. So if I press play, I can turn up the resonance, you can hear it. So I have that set up now. Next is a filter envelope. Click in, CC, and I already looked that up, and that's 79. So now, if I press play, I can turn that up. So it has negative and positive. So we'll turn up the resonance so we can really hear it. Now I'm going to turn it, that's the center. Let's turn it up. Turn down the cutoff. Now you can hear it being applied. So that's at center now. Now this knob, I'm going to set that to filter drive, which is CC84. So now if we press play, we can turn that up. Let's apply some of that envelope, resonance, and turn down the cutoff. Turn it up. You can hear it gets pretty beefy. We have a little bit of reverb on it. Let's turn it down a little. It's cranked. Turned it down, now it's just back to like regular tone. Now I'll turn down that resonance. Now this one I have assigned to oscillator edit 1, so that's CC14, where you can edit the oscillator 2 on CC15. Over here is glide, which is CC5, and the last one is envelope time, so CC75. I'm just going to enter in some notes here. Now, second fill. You can change all the sound here. Let's turn it down a little. Let's turn down that drive. Now I'm changing the decay. Make it long. Turn up resonance. Envelope. Now, glide, we have to have another note playing here. So, it's mono. So you can hear it. You can hear it. you can hear if I use glide, we're gliding from these notes because that note's long, being held down. It's a mono synth. So let's clear that out. Let's hold down the knob and turn to 7. We go up an octave. Let's see what that sounds like. We're going to turn down cutoff, turn down resonance. Turn up the drive. Press Alt. We're going to bring it up an octave. Now track 2, if I go second fill, we see they're blank. So I'm going to choose copy, press the track, paste, track 2. Now we're going to go to track 2. I'm going to clear out the notes first. Also, I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to change that to channel 13. Second fill, we can see the knobs are all programmed. So I'm going to repeat the process. Copy that track, paste to that track. Copy 2, paste 3. Now it's pasted here. Just double check. Second fill, you can see all the knobs are there. Copy 3, paste 4. Copy 4, paste 5. Now we can see they're all blanking, so let's unmute them. So hold mute and just turn them all on. So 3 is channel 14, 4 is channel 15, channel 5 is 10. Now we're all set. So now let's go to track 1 here. So we're looking at the step screen. Now I'm going to press automation. So now we're looking at a completely different menu. I already had created CC74 in this menu, and that's the cutoff. So I can press play, and change it and set it as a default, or I can just hold this down and it goes away. So now I can just start entering nodes in. So let's end one right here and one here. So you can see it's fading down. Now what I can do is kind of divide that, make it go down here. So what I can also do is press second, and then it alters and changes the shape, makes it sharp. So I'll make these lower. Now what I can do is hold Alt. We can change the minimum, maximum. So I can turn it up. You can see it on the grid here. And then the minimum, I can bring that up. And then also, it's called the centroid, just the middle. You can see what it's doing. Let's press step, Alt, bring it up an octave. Let's turn up the reverb a little. Let's go into this screen. Let's turn down the decay. So over here we can change the interpolation. So if I turn it, we can see it's boxy now. So it steps. And if we turn it on, then it connects the nodes smoothly. If I go into this screen and press record, I can actually change right here on the screen. And then disable record, and then it's right there, what I just turned. Let's record the resonance level. I'm going to play with just different values here. Let's record this. Note we're still looking at this one. So if I press automation again, we can change and see what else I did here. So let's erase all the notes here. They're gone. Let's go to automation. It's still there. So all delete goes away. So I can see here there's pattern, all delete. Now all those values are cleared out. So let's enter in some notes. Let's make a drum beat from that. Let's add another snare here. Let's turn down the velocity. Turn the roll up. Let's hold this down. Press algo. Generate 1/16. Let's bring this down. Press stop. Press all. Go down an octave. Let's bring this up an octave. Let's bring that up an octave. There we go. Let's add something here. Second fill. Let's turn up cut off here. Let's record motion. It's too much. Let's change it. Press automation. We can see what we just did. Go second fill. Add some notes. I want to transpose all of this, and we can sequence notes that'll transpose everything from track 16. So I'm going to hold this down, just make sure. Let's press second, track 1. Just make sure that transpose is on right here. That's by turning this knob. Then just go to the next one. That's on. Make sure all of them are on. And now the drums here won't have that option. So now we're going to go to track 16. I'm just going to enter in some longer notes. Or just enter in a note. I'm going to hold it down and add a tail. Then we'll put one there and then one here. So we have a pattern that this is going to transpose all of this. Let's press play. I can make this long, short, whatever I want to do. Let's cut the tail here. Let's add something down here. Now it sounds a little jumbled here, so I'm just going to go in here and let's press all. Let's turn the chance down a lot on this instrument. Let's start over here with something brand new. So actually on the Synth 1 MIDI channel, on the EMX, we can program in extra CCs. So this has effects parameters 1 and 2. So I'm going to go down here, add CC. I'm going to choose CC92. Now I'm going to add CC93. So anything that's running through FX1, I'm going to be able to change the two parameters on whatever effects is enabled. So I'm just going to start just changing the values here. Let's go down to this one. Let's change the values. Now we're going to turn. Let's change the different effects so you can hear the automation that's happening. So we can also program in some pretty crazy sounds. Let's change these values. Turn off interpolation. Change the values here on the EMX. Just changing what effects it is. Now we just make sure all these are set to P transpose. We're going to go into here. We're going to transpose the notes. I'm going to press second and plus. We're going to go 4 bars so we can see in the grid where we are. So there's one note. Let's just add another. Go down an octave. Do a note here and then a note here. So I can hold this down. We can change the amount of bars. Let's just make it 3 bars long and press play. That can be happening. Change the effects here. So let's make something different down here. So I'm going to hold down copy, press this, copied patterns 1, paste down here. So we're just going to keep the timing of everything, but we're just deleting the contents. So for now, we're just going to work on the pattern. Bars, it has one note, and then it plays 5 bars, another note. So it's transposing up there, and then we can see all the pieces here. Cleaned it up a little. Let's make the hi-hats percentage based here. Now I can go through, maybe change some automation here. So let's make this go up a little. I'm going to hold this down. Hold down a node, we can change the value. Now it just changes the feeling, the mood of the sound. Just playing with the different automation of cutoff, for example. We have a totally different sound now. Let's go down here, create something different. Let's go higher up. switch back to this one. So if I press mute here, we can see a totally new grid. You can see the two screens are full of stuff. So this is still by track. This is by project. So project A, project B. Now all we have, these are all the same 4 controls. So these are all record. And as you can see up here, it matches whatever you press. These are toggle. These are solo. You can press multiples. You can also mute and unmute that way. So let's press play here. Let's just start with soloing this one track. You can really hear just what's going on just there. If I press multiples, they have to be at the same time, it'll trigger them. Let's just do that one. Now, let's just mute all these. Now, these are toggle, so if I hold it down, it plays it. So I like those 3, so I'm just going to solo them. Or maybe just unmute them and then turn off solo. I'm just going to change the pattern. I can unmute these. Adding some reverb from my Roland MX1. So let's just solo this and the drums.